Welcome back to Billionaire Discipleship, where building wealth, street wisdom, and serving Christ collides, but it doesn't divide. Keep it a buck with you, man. If your dreams don't scare you, you probably insulting God. My dreams, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. It's to touch 100 bill. It's not for flex nor greed, but because I serve a big God who doesn't do small bitches. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into this episode today. Man, I'm trying to tell you. So this episode today is called Fire Tested Faith, and it's willing and able, but if not, I still believe. And it's going to pretty much dive into why I'm really chasing what I'm chasing and my vision for God. My vision that God gave me through multiple years of the furnace. That we gonna get right into it, bro. So I know people think it's impossible for me to touch 100 bill, and it's like I can't even tell you how many people I done told people faces looked at me like yeah, are you sure, bro? Like, and it's like people ask me all the time like why that much, bro? And it's like keep it a buck with you. It's not about stacking like flex money or anything like that. It's about the impact that I can do with the type of money that the type of money that has and the resources that money will come with. Like you get what I'm saying? So I can't even y'all definitely I know this is definitely off topic. Y'all definitely gotta go check out Andy Stanley. Um I think it's the Your Move podcast. He talked about finances and that joint that joint was hands down fire. You gotta go check that joint out about using money as resources. That joint was fire. I can't remember the joint off the top of my head, but yeah. But um I'm gonna share something that I never shared before on this podcast, and it's like out of that 100 bill that I believe that God is gonna give me through the wisdom that He's constantly pouring out into me. I believe that I'm gonna leave 10 billion for the next 100 generations of my like lifeline, like me and my wife's lifeline. So it's like after my great grandkids, like each generation would touch 100 mil, divided it up throughout the kids. Of course, when they're like 20, 30, um, there's gonna be certain things that they gotta go through. Like I ain't gonna hold you. They gotta read a few types of books. Like they gotta they gotta go through. I want them to go through the mud, but also read these books while going through the mud, so they can. I'm trying to tell you, and even if they could I understand they might even walk away from the faith and even come back to the faith, and it's like I understand stuff like that do happen, but like I can't even tell you how many stories I done heard that like stories like that actually got even stronger when they came back. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like and people when I tell people that they also look at me sideways like, dang, bro, like you thinking that far, bro? I'm trying to tell you, bro. My mind. My wife always asks me like, "Why you always think so far in the future?" Like, bro, you see the past. No cap, you see the past, bro. Like, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody after me to ever have to live in poverty like that. And like, I'm not saying I was the brokest of the broke, but we ain't have it like that, bro. Keep it above with you, bro. So I don't want my daughter to go through anything like that. I don't want my grandkids to go through anything like that. Sure, I don't want my great, 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 great 50 great like you get what I'm saying? Like I don't want nobody to ever have to go through that. And it's like the books that I'm gonna leave, they're probably gonna be 100-year-old books, but who cares? Like that the Bible 2,000 years old, what you talking about? Keep it a buck with you, bro. So it's like the books that I plan on leaving for them to read or digitize whatever I gotta do. This ain't even gonna be set up until way later down the pipeline. But lead all of that, and then that way that they get the knowledge before they get the bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got work for the money. Like, they not. I'm not just gonna spoil get the money. Like, you, nah, bro. Like, I done heard too many stories, but like one generation will make a bag and then leave it for the next generation. They mess up 70% of the bag, or they might even do 30%. Let's just say they do 30, mess up 30% of the bag out of a 100 bill. That's 70 bill right there. Boom. All right. The next generation, they cut that joint in half. 35. Next generation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nah, bro. Like, I want that joint to be evenly distributed. Like, everybody getting paid, bro. You just gotta do the work, bro. And we gonna keep it moving. I know I'm chit chatting. We gonna keep it moving, but like, it's crazy because man, and I have so much faith in God that He's gonna produce that. Like, and that's the beauty of faith, because it's like faith is like walking like it's finished, even though it hasn't even started. Like, I haven't even touched my first M, bro. Like, and I'm talking about 100 B's. Like, come on, bro. Leaving 10 for the fam. Like, come on, bro. Like, you ain't getting that nowhere else, bro. You ain't getting that nowhere else, bro. And it's like the street said impossible, but the world said impossible as well. But like, God just whispered, it's already done. It's already done. Just keep walking the walk. It's already done. So that's why I'm constantly reading, chasing wisdom. Bro, I'm constantly in a book, bro. Like, keep it a book with you, bro. I just finished a book today, bro. I'm gonna go to it. Let me see. Yeah, bro. I was in. I know this is completely off topic, bro. But I was in oversubscribed and I finished that book today, and that joint was so fire, bro. Y'all definitely gotta go check it out, bro. You want people lining up at your door for some business, bro? Go go check out that book, bro. Keep it a buck with you, bro. Um, where was it at? I was just telling my wife about this. This is nasty, bro. All right, I'm gonna share this one part that I think was so fire. So the artist Vincent Van Gogh, he y'all know, like, he's like a famous artist, and I mean painter, all of that. Yo, I'm trying to. All right, so I will share this quote, and then I'm gonna share what I found out online too. So Vincent Van Gogh went to his grave believing he was nothing more than a madman and a failed artist. He would never know that his gallery in Amsterdam is one of the most visited in the world, or that his art hangs in a national gallery alongside Da Vinci. And look, bro, I looked up. I swear to you, bro. Bro, let me pull this up. How much is? Because I framed it a certain way earlier. I'm trying to frame it the same way. Let me. So, damn. My fault. Dang. This joke is fire. So the dude went to his grave thinking he had failed, and this is. I'm not saying he had faith, but this is the beauty of having faith, and like cult continues continue to cultivate your craft and building that and sharpening that sword, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like, learn the learn the market, bro. The market was here 100 years ago. You think it ain't gonna be here? Yeah. You think it ain't gonna be here another 100 years, bro? Of course it is, bro. Same thing as the real estate market. Same thing as business, bro. But we gonna go ahead. I know I kind of tied this. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, I ain't even really get started yet. So his net worth is approximately 10 billion, but there's no definite answer for that. But one of his paintings in 2022 sold for $117 million. Another one, a portrait, sold for 82 million in the 90s. And then uh I seen the one John, a portrait of himself, bro. He sold for like 70 million, bro. 70 million, bro. Like, dog, that is some crazy stuff. I know that was completely off topic, bro. But I definitely had to dig into that, bro. Let me get back into these notes, bro. So we're gonna go ahead and dive deep into some Bible. Give me a sec, bro. I just had that jump up there. Hold on, bro. There we go. It's this part. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the Bible, and it's crazy because it's like I think I was listening to PD and DeMarcus Murray, and they was going into Daniel and about like pretty much that you really had to go through the furnace to really get to like God's glory, and like, and that's not exactly what they said. That was kind of like a paraphrase, but like I love in Daniel 3 because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to King Nebuchadnezzar, "We do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold that you have set up." And that's in Daniel 3:16-18, the NIV version. And it it really it's really some fire Bible, because it's like, yeah, the enemy tries to use the fire to kill you, but God used the same fire to reveal you. And it's like, dog, young, like, when you put it in that type of perspective, it's like they was about to you gotta they was about to let me paint the picture for you, bro. They was literally sitting in front of a fire. The king young, they was sitting in the fire. They was about to get thrown in the fire because they wasn't worshiping. They had some snakes upon them, bro. They was chit chatting. Yeah, got up above the king. The king was like, "What, man? Bring them, bro." And yeah, he actually liked them, bro. So he was like, "Bro, I'm trying to rock with y'all, bro." So he ended up, it was like, and then that's when what I just said, they was like, "Nah, bro, like, I'm sorry, bro, like, we ain't rocking. We only serving one God, bro, and that's all. But like, keep it a buck with you, bro." So like, at that point, like, they sitting in front of a fire that's so hot, and the king get mad and was like, "Bro, make that joint what, seven, nine, whatever." It was sometime. It was something like that, bro. Multiply the fire, bro. And man, oh, let me get some water. But it's fire because it's like they sit in the fire knowing that they about to die, and it's like, bro, we still not serving you, bro. Like, that's like, let me paint a street perspective for you guys. Like, that's like you in the streets, lost all your money. You thinking you thinking, all right, bro, maybe I will get a 9 to 5, bro. You get a 9 to 5, bro. You ain't making no money, bro. You struggling even more before you was in the streets, bro. So you was like, all right, bro, like, what? I might as well go back to the streets. But that's where your faith is tested, bro. Like, that's where, like, stick to the 9 to 5, bro. Like, I'm not saying put you want to treat the 9 to 5 like you own the business, because eventually you will own the business. So like, that's having faith. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you go to that 9 to 5, you treat it like your business. Like, Maybe you might get paid more, bro. You might get a manager job, bro. All right, now you starting to think a little bit, bro. Now you can, all right. I can now really start making some extra cash on the side, bro. All right, maybe you buy a rental property like Craig Rochelle, bro. Dude, a pastor, bro. Good pastor. I follow him, bro. Definitely, you definitely gotta go check him out, bro. Because got a real estate portfolio, bro. He ended up buying some houses, bro. Flipping them Jones, bro. Or ended up renting them Jones house, trading fraternity, bro. Josh did the same thing. Ran it up off the market, learned the market, went and bought some real estate, like and like you don't even got you could learn real estate sales and make a bag from real estate. And then while you're making the bag, you learning about real estate, how to invest, and then you'll eventually have a conversation with an investor. Be like, hey, look, bro, how you get into that joint, bro? I'm trying to run up a rack up on that joint, bro. He spill all the beans, y'all grab some good food, talk it out, all like that, bro. Like that's the type of situations you gotta think about. It's not about the like. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you can make fast money, but like that's where your faith is really tested, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I can't even tell you how many times, bro. Can't even tell you how many times, bro. Like like those tough times really broke me down, and I really had to depend on God. And in those moments that I depended on God, deepen my relationship with God. And then now I can personally say like the fruit of that relationship with God is just amazing. Like coming to God to everything, about my wife, about my daughter, about life, about any situation I'm going about situation I'm talking about somebody else, a situation I just like I'm constantly in prayer. I'm constantly listening to my music and like my music is trap like Christian music, but like it's to me it's you gotta think about it, it's still people might not perceive it as worship, but it's still positive music playing all day or while I'm at work or whatever like that. Like that you gotta think about it. Like I'm circling my mind about God, about scripture, about how to do right, how to like and those those tough times made me one treat my wife better, treat my daughter better, enjoy the small moments, enjoy the big moments, enjoy every moment. Like keep it a buck with you, bro, because it's like without those bad moments, God would have never been able to change my heart to get where I am now or to get where I am going to be. Like you get what I'm saying? So that's why it's like that's why I say like the enemy tries to use the fire to kill you because it's like I can't even tell you how many times I can't even tell you how many times, but that's when God really used that fire to rebuild me, reveal that I need to work on some things, reveal that I need to treat my wife better, treat my family better. Don't put all my working time, I mean, my all my time into work and everything. So, and like that's furnace faith, like that's betting on God even when the home odds are like crazy against you. So when you like I said, 100 bill, bro. You think that ain't? You think people ain't looking at me like I'm crazy, bro? Like, nah, bro. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. And then the house is always up against us. Like, we always going through something. It's always one thing after, bro. It's always something, bro. But like, that's if you really think about it, that's where you really get wisdom from situations like that. Because like, if you can think of a situation in a small say you're going through something small or like you something happened and you gotta come up with some bread and you need to make a quick flip, all right? Instead of going to the streets, go to the market. You know the market, all right, bro. Let me see. Let me see. Stay up to date with the market That way you always ready. That way when you need some, all right, bro. Let me put a little 200, 300 in this joint. Let me flip this joint, bro. Boom, flip that joint. Turn that joint to 6, 7, 8. Let that joint run to 11. Might take a little hit. Might take $100 hit, $200 hit. Boom, that joint up to 450 next week, bro. Like that's how I be, bro. Like the odds are always gonna be stacked against you. You just gotta stay focused to God, bro. Like have faith like Daniel, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you that Daniel faith, bro. That Daniel faith, bro. Like, man, and the kind of transformation that Christ does, He'll rewrite your story so good you can't even smell where they like you came from. So like when when they threw Daniel and his boys into the junk into the fire, they they came out, bro. They came out. The the king was like, bro, I see full, bro. Why I see full, bro? That look like the son of God, bro. Like what you doing, bro? Came out, bro. The guards that got them out of like the furnace, cause like they had came out, they got sucked into the furnace and they done blazed up, bro. The same fire that they done came out of, bro. Like, and they said like, bro, like, cuz ain't smell like smoke, bro. Cuz ain't smell like smoke, bro. He came out, yo. You gotta think about how unbelievable they was. Like, yeah, yeah. I would have been out there sicing them, bro. I would have been running the hallway, bro. Like, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's funny, bro. Man, that's funny, bro. Cause it's like, dang, like, just like people will be so surprised. Like, I be having conversations with like business folks. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. But like I be having business conversation with business folks or when I was working at security, John, I was having a conversation with the general manager, bro, on a daily basis, bro, a weekly basis, bro. We was talking real business too, bro. Like he was telling me his ups and downs. I was like, dang, bro, that's crazy, bro. But um, people be crazy, like they be like, bro, you do all of that, like I like to tell people what I'm doing now. Like I'm podcasting, I'm reading books, bro. I'm studying real estate, I'm studying stocks. I've been doing it for X amount of years. I've been doing this and that. Like I be telling people like that type of stuff first before I tell them like, yeah, I kind of had a rough background though. Like yeah, like I kind of came from the streets. Like like yeah. Like I don't really say too much after that because I don't be trying to spill the beans too much to people, but um yeah, so I they look at me like, yeah, there's no way this kid came from that and is that and is talking like to us like that. Like know the books that I've read. Like he read that book. Like he's reading that book. Like come on, bro. Like that's the transformation part. Like that's that's where they can't smell the smoke, bro. Like they can't even believe you came from there, bro. Like you came from there, from that city, that zip code. Dog, you crazy, bro. You crazy, bro. And it's like that's why I love Hebrews 11, 1, and it says faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. So like y'all gotta think about it. Like you gotta walk in confidence, bro. Like you gotta walk like you already about to touch that. You want to touch a mill, you gotta walk like you touch that, bro. All right, you walk like how you. All right, bro. Read the Bible, bro. Learn how to make a bag, bro. Apply the biblical principles to that bag. Listen to people like Myron, Trade and Fraternity, Lance, Adam Taggart, like that. those folks gonna get you right, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. As far as like on the business side, bro. Like, but like, there's so many spiritual people like Craig, Andy Stanley, Craig Rochelle, Mike Todd, Carrie Newhoff. Ooh, I've been liking Vu Church. Ooh, Vu Church been fire lately, bro. Rich Wilkerson Jr. and his wife Don Cherie. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, they fire, bro. I'm gonna wrap it up though, but that's uh like put pouring like spiritual stuff into business stuff into leadership stuff like mixing all of that like that's walking in faith. It's like you, all right, I'm gonna touch a mill, I'm gonna touch 100 bill, I'm gonna touch a bill, whatever the case may be. All right, I'm listening to the people that I'm listening to because I know eventually I'm gonna touch that money, and when I do touch that money, I want to steward the resources that God provided me correctly. Like that's what I'm saying. That's having faith. Like and like that's where that's where and that's where the real test is. It's like and I'm about to wrap it up right here. Then I'm gonna leave this one jump for you guys, bro. One jump for you guys. This is where the real test is. The furnace faith test tested their faith. Let me say that one more time so I can really get y'all. The furnace tested their faith, but the fire revealed their God. So let me ask you, will your faith set the temperature in your life, or will the impossible make you fold? And I'm gonna I'm gonna let that sit with you guys. Definitely let that sit with you guys. That was a fire episode, literally. All right, I'm done. I'm done cracking jokes. I'm done cracking jokes. Seriously. But thank you for joining or watching. Like, subscribe, and welcome back to Billionaire Discipleship. We're building wealth, street wisdom, and serving Christ collides, but it doesn't divide.